Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, TradersPro. Market conditions kind of stagnant here still. Really kind of an indecision day yesterday. We'll look at the pattern on that. We did dip back down into that bearish and a bear market condition, which really is kind of an edgy position right here, as we've been talking about, where we're just sitting right at this kind of this indecision point. Everything's kind of coming to this location now, and which way are we going to go, up or down? That's going to be the question right here, and I think that's what the tug of war in the market is also telling us. With just that, kind of that slight bearish, we tick down into that momentum bearish trend, and breadth indicator still sitting right there in the middle, and sentiment really hasn't moved either. So there really is more of a bullish tone at this point until we really start to slide, if we do so. So we're sitting right here on this location, this support area, on this bearish condition to the downside on the buy-sell ratio, which deserves some attention, deserves a little bit of caution right here at these levels. We take a look at leading sectors: construction, transports, industrial products, aerospace. Interesting that oil and energy really dropped this week significantly. And as we've seen, commodities kind of drop over the last few days. We'll see how that continues this week. Also, indexes. One of the indicators that I've mentioned and the strategies that I've discussed before is that Dow 10 strategy with the industrials, buying new buys in the industrials. And just a couple days ago, we had 7 in there. And after that move yesterday with that Fed discussion, we saw those drop back into the hold rating. So we definitely have some work to do in order to continue this support level and continue this overall uptrend. Not out of the woods quite yet, so it'd be, again, just cautious right here. What that means is position sizes are smaller, allocation is a little bit smaller. Again, for that momentum strategy is prudent at this point. Sectors, we looked over those. Some of the new buys, let's take a look at those today. We've got some shipping stocks that are looking decent. This is a nice looking pattern. We've got this uptrend with a kind of that long protracted consolidation. That's what you want to see after a long uptrend. You don't want to see a stock that goes up and then right back down. You want to see a stock that goes up and then kind of just consolidates, just like this pattern right here. That means that there's not a lot of interest in selling at this point. Profit takers, there's just not a lot of supply demand rotation at that point, where you have a lot of profit taking here that ultimately drives the stock right back down. It's consolidating in this tight range. That's a constructively bullish setup. So we may need another day or two on this, but keep an eye on that one. Definitely one to add into that watch list. And let's see, number 2 here. This is an interesting stock. Pardon me. It's just battling this darn winter cold. We're out here in the Midwest, out in the West, out here in Utah, so we end up with crazy volatile weather that ends up getting me sick about this time of year. But so I apologize for that. The VMD, nice pattern. Other than that real sharp sell-off, I'm not sure, that could have been a news item. It could have been, it's a medical product stock, so those things are all over the place sometimes. MAXN, another example of a really strong stock, a breakout stock, probably some news or earnings. And it's 44%. It's a solar stock. So solar on the system will fall into oil and energy still. So if you're sorting through and looking for solar stocks, you can find some of those there. In fact, let's go over and look. If you go to the screener and you go to oil and energy, and we should be able to sort through some of those. In fact, one of the easier ways to go through is to go to sectors, go to oil and energy, and you should be able to find solar. There it is right there, solar. So that actually is a little bit easier process to be able to go through and find some of those solar stocks if you're looking for just specifically solar. So MAXN, interesting pattern, way too far as the extreme for me to be able to look to a buy after a big gap like that. We've seen some, though, that have continued to move higher After that, real strong gap. Just depends on if you're willing to ride out a retracement after some of these big early uptrends. STNG, another shipping stock. This has been one that has been a really high flyer for the last year and a half. Strong uptrend, retracement, confirmation move back up. Good bullish profile, lots of decent fundamental numbers in there as well. So go through that list today, take a look at the ones that work, get rid of the ones that don't work, and if you don't have full access to the site, you can sign up with the link below. We look forward to having you. Have a great day today.